On a long road home after the war, a young soldier walked with a tired smile, dreaming of rest and warm meals, when suddenly an old wrinkled witch appeared before him. She wore a crooked hat and carried a twisted stick, and she whispered in a crackly voice, "Brave soldier, you have a fine sword and a strong backpack, and today you shall have more riches than you could ever imagine." She pointed toward a giant hollow tree with a deep dark opening and told him to climb down. Inside, she said, were 3 rooms, each guarded by a huge dog. The dog in the first room had eyes as large as teacups and guarded a chest full of copper coins. The second dog had eyes as big as mill wheels and guarded a chest overflowing with silver. The third dog had eyes as huge as tall towers and guarded a chest filled with shining gold. The witch gave the soldier her apron and explained that if he placed the dogs on it, they would sit still and harmless. He could take as much treasure as he wished, but he must bring her a little old tinderbox forgotten long ago beneath the tree. The soldier did exactly as she said. He gathered copper, silver, and gold until his backpack bulged. Then he found the dusty tinderbox and climbed back up, curious. He asked the witch why she wanted the box, but she refused to answer. He grew wary and refused to give it to her, and in a moment of fear and anger he struck with his sword, and the witch fell and lay silent on the forest floor carrying his treasure. The soldier traveled to the city. There he lived like a nobleman, buying fine clothes, eating grand feasts, and making many new friends. But before long the gold ran out, the friends disappeared, and he had to move into a tiny attic room with creaky floors and chilly wind. One night, desperate and hungry, he remembered the old tinderbox. He struck it once, flicking a spark, and suddenly the dog with teacup eyes appeared and in a deep, rumbling voice asked, "What does my master desire?" The soldier, startled but thrilled, asked for money, and the dog vanished, then returned with bags of copper coins. He tried striking the tinderbox twice, and the dog with mill wheel eyes appeared, bringing heaps of shining silver. Then he struck it 3 times, and the giant dog with tower eyes arrived, bearing heavy bags of gold. The soldier laughed in amazement, for he had found a magic that could change his life. In the kingdom there was a princess so lovely that songs were sung about her, but the king had locked her in a tall brass tower because a prophecy said she would marry a common soldier. Curious, the young soldier wished to see her and ordered the dog with teacup eyes to bring her to him while she slept. The dog carried the princess gently, and the soldier gazed at her beauty and placed a quiet kiss upon her cheek. Before she was returned to her room, the queen noticed something strange and set a wise maid to watch. The maid sprinkled flour near the princess' window, and when the dog returned that night, it left big flower paw prints leading straight to the soldier. The guard seized him, and he was sentenced to be hanged. On the day of the execution, the soldier stood before the crowd and asked for one last wish, a final smoke before death. The king agreed. The soldier reached for the tinderbox and struck it once, twice, and 3 times. Sparks blazing bright. In an instant, all 3 mighty dogs appeared, towering over the people. "Save me," cried the soldier. The dogs roared and sprang into action, tossing the king, the queen, and all the royal guards high into the sky. The crowd, stunned and trembling, suddenly cheered for the brave soldier. They declared him their new king and begged him to marry the princess. The princess, who had seen his kindness, agreed gladly. The wedding was filled with music, laughter, and endless feasting, and the 3 faithful dogs sat proudly at the royal table, enjoying treats fit for heroes. And so the soldier became a wise king, learning that great power brings great responsibility, and that courage and cleverness can change the path of any life.